What is up, YouTube? How are you doing? It is a Friday, and in the Netherlands, it is a beautiful Friday. The weather is amazing. Man, I love the Netherlands when the sun shines. I love it in general when the sun shines, but oh boy, it can be such a beautiful country if the temperature is nice. What's up, everyone? Good to have you here. It's pretty much like the final work week, I suppose, of the day, but the weekend is coming up. Generally, the weekend is a range-bound structure on Bitcoin, but we'll see, right? Lately, we had a couple of weekends where we had some more volatility. Very much depends on where we're going to end today. So let's wait and see. So how are you doing? How are you doing? Man, I got the window open there, got the window open here. I sat in the garden a little bit, enjoying the sunshine with my, by the way, 0.0, no alcohol, right? On stream. So if you see me drinking, non-alcoholic, but ooh, yeah. And definitely going for a walk/run later today. So, yo, what's up? One dropping the donos all the time. What's up, man? How you doing? Mike D, Christian, Rob, welcome. Legendario, how you doing? Mike D, couldn't be happier. It's Friday. Talk about a rough work week. I hope you're good. But sometimes the weekend is very much needed, isn't it? Wolfgang, welcome. Mr. Friends, finally caught a live stream. Good to have you here. By the way, it is 4 p.m. There is news now, which is also the reason that I'm live at this hour today, because here 4 p.m. Central European time, May 10th, which is today, and that is right now. We have some high impact news. Impact is on 3 stars, website Trade Economics. It's in the description as well. It's a free website. I only look at the times. I don't care about what the news is, but it might increase some volatility on the chart. That is what I'm interested in, right? So let's wait and see. MT, Barbie, MS, that is correct. You got the song. Wahab Akmal, welcome. Good to have you here. Ash K, weather in London is amazing. I mean, it's across the pond, right? If the weather is shit there, it's probably shit here, but it's good to hear the weather is good on your side as well. Austin Davis, good morning. Good to have you here. We're definitely going to cover Elliott Waves, right? So we're probably going to start on the weekly time frame, zoom in all the way to the 1 hour time frame as well. So we're going to do like a full Elliott Wave analysis on all of the different time frames, except for the monthly, which is usually something I leave for like Sunday. Weather is good. Yeah, it is. Joshua, welcome. Good to have you here. The barbecue yesterday was very nice. Great weather as well. No wind. Good meat. Like my friend has amazing meat. So, and he can prep it. Christian, happy Friday. 212 Moe, what's up? Jen, good to have you here. Beautiful day in Mexico. Thanks for spending some time indoors and giving us an update. All good. I mean, look, I have my laptop, which is in front of me here, and I take it everywhere I go. So even if I go outdoors, when I was in the garden earlier, I don't have it. But when I go somewhere else and I have to sit in public transport, because I love traveling actually by train and bus, because I can do stuff on my laptop, right? I always have it with me. And then I reply to comments, check the Discord group, do some other business stuff, emails, right? So yeah, cheers, Joshua. Hopefully it will be as legendary as ever. Wolfgang, what's up? Saraga, how you doing? Aman Gupta, good to have you here. And Donovan, rainy day in Cape Town. Yeah, it is. I mean, a friend of mine, one of my best friends, I was a groomsman on his wedding day, which was a week after 16th of March. So when I was in South Africa, because I got married on the 9th of March, he got married 1 week later. And I think I can actually remove this, yeah. So he got married 1 week after I got married, and he's one of my best friends. I know him since forever. And he's also married to a South African wife now, of course, South African girl. And he just went back there because friends of them now have their wedding in Cape Town. So he was there in December. He was there in, I believe, October as well for weddings. He had his own wedding in March, and now he's there again. So he flew to Cape Town like 4 times in half a year now. It's absolutely nuts. It is nuts. Now, as you can see, I have a alarm on the daily naked point of control. We actually just missed out on hitting it by a few dollars, 63,500, and we made it all the way till like 6,370. So we came short $70. I don't know. I do like levels to be hit instead of leaving a bit of a gap. So yeah, I have my alarm on the horizontal line there. So yeah, let's go. No, we're going to start on the weekly time frame as mentioned. On a Sunday, by the way, it is Mother's Day. So I'm not so sure if I'm probably not going to do a live stream because I'm going to visit my mom, which she doesn't know. But I know because I'm going to do that on Mother's Day, of course. So, and then in the evening, probably I'll have dinner there. So it might only be a morning update, but you know, real life and especially your mom matters as well as your dad and your grandma and everyone else. But it's Mom's Day, you know, so you got to pay attention to your lovely lady, no? Meaning your mom in that case. David G, how you doing? Happy Friday, man. When I'm having weather like this in the Netherlands, it feels like holiday. You can't see my pants, of course, but I'm standing in a short. I don't have any socks on, like, you know, just walking around on my slippers, having a t-shirt. Fuck, man. It's nice. Netherlands warming up. We love to see it. Coffeeholic, welcome. Christian, news was worse than expected. Seems consumer sentiment was expected to be around 78. Came out saying, I don't really have so worse than expected would generally then mean, I suppose, a negative influence on the price, but I don't really like, so for example, that's a fundamental sentence. I'm mainly interested in the volatility, up or down. So let's have a look. Happy Friday indeed, David. Clear 5-wave impulse on the 15-minute time frame. There is the potential for a WXY, which I'm monitoring, which would be the bearish scenario. But let's continue to observe. We almost hit resistance as well. Good morning, Crazy Potato. How you doing? Good to have you here, man. Good to have you here. Lil Wills, always a pleasure. Good to have you here. Yo Ray, welcome. Bon vendredi van België. It's probably the French side of Belgium, I can imagine. No socks, that explains the smell. I know, right? I know. You can smell it all the way through the webcam. I mean, you can smell it in Leiden. You know, it's not too far away. News seems to be good for Bitcoin. I see. Okay. Thought it was the Gouda cheese. No, man, it's the feet. The toe cheese. Mark, go back. Work on your house. Okay. By the way, we pretty much already covered the news folder that I have here, right? So 4 p.m., which is right now, we have some news, which is the reason I went live, because we might see some volatility before the weekend hits, which would be quite interesting. So let's see. We're going to do an Elliott Wave analysis, all of the different time frames. Similar to the previous video, but of course in live streams I can always engage a little bit more and do a little bit more explaining compared to the short, concise, to the point videos. Obelix, Rostam, good to have you here as well. Nice to see you around once again, man. Like, look, many of you are coming back every live stream, and I definitely recognize the people that comment a lot, that are attending the live streams and writing. It's good to see the same names coming back all the time. Now I'm gonna park you on my second screen. We're gonna talk. I have no idea what I wanted to say there. We're gonna start, I suppose. Talk, interesting. And I'm gonna start in 40 seconds when the clock, the live stream timer hits 15, which is an easy number to remember because I have to put the timestamp in the chat box so that new people coming in will recognize when the analysis is actually starting. So let's see, no? I know. I got your email, of course, Crazy Potato, but you're doing great. I answered your question, of course. I think the way you approach your learning at the moment is very effective. Make sure, however, you have a pen and a notebook, right? I very much prefer people using pens and notebooks over digital documents because writing does help, and it's a lot of theory. Okay, 15 minutes, there we go. Weekly time frame first, and then we're going to zoom into the lower time frames, keeping an eye on price because at the moment we have some news, so we might see some increased volatility. Let's wait and see. Bullish scenarios. There is 2 on the chart that I'm keeping an eye on. The first one is a finished double 1, 2, 3, 4, right, and then a wave of 5 in a bigger impulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in yellow. We're looking to finish this wave 3 in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Common target area for your wave 4 is between the 236 and the 0.5. Now, because the 382 has been touched, I removed the 236 from the chart. Keep it clean, keep it nice. 382.05 over here from the low to the high of 3, 57.6k, 53.3k, invalidation 49.3k. A nice little detail is that a very rare target for a wave 4 is the 0.146. I rarely ever talk about that target, but I suppose it is good to know. It's also here in my settings, right? So the 146 is a very rare target for a wave 4, which is a little bit, I suppose, education. It's good to know about, but it's very rare you actually hit that for a wave 4. The 236 to the 05 is your common target area. And then you're going to be looking for an impulsive continuation to the upside. Now, this is, of course, maybe short term, a bullish scenario, because short term you're expecting a bounce in this area for 4, and you want to see a 5 to the upside and another 4 and another 5. But actually this scenario is the least bullish scenario for the bull market. It might be short term bullish, but long term it's actually a lot more bearish than the other scenario that I have on my chart, which is this one, also monitoring here. This is a 1112 where your wave 3 is not yet in, right? So price moving to the downside. That's why my alarm went off. We have a 1112 over here, right? 1 2 1 2 1 2. After wave 2s, you eventually want to see a wave 3, and the wave 3 that we're expecting is a wave 3 over 3 over 3. In other words, you expect a very big move towards the upside on very high volume. It should be the biggest move to the upside. Very parabolic, high amount of volume, good structure, right? Parabolic structure to the upside. This is a weekly time frame. Give it time, but this is by far the most bullish scenario. Invalidation is if price retraces to the downside and hits 38.5k. Now, the common target area for your wave 2 is the 05 to 786. By the way, the 382 is less common, but you can see that previously the 236 382 area played a role, so that is why I have it on my chart here as well, as you can see. But the 05 to 786 is always important for a 2, and then you can see that even if you move below 49.3k, which is the invalidation for this scenario, right, you can see it is no problem, because the 786 is at 44.2k, right? So you still have a lot of leeway, and arguably it's more bullish in the long term, but bearish in the short term. The 886 is a level you do not want to touch, because that is very rare for a wave 2. If we then zoom in to the more local time frames, the most bullish scenario is your low is in, and you're looking for a continuation to the upside. 1 2 3, take the all-time high, and on we go. Invalidation is the low over here. However, with the sentiment, and I spoke about this in a previous live stream as well, with the sentiment in the market as well, people turning bullish, impulsive structure to the upside, how many people win? That's always like what I think. Scenarios can play out, and that's absolutely no problem to continue to the upside here. But I would be very interested to create another lower high, right? Another lower high, move down, take the low, stop out the early longers, grab the liquidity, people getting fearful, getting scared, panic selling, all that sort of stuff, expecting much lower prices, and then bring it to the upside. I think that would be very interesting from a psychology point of view, where this scenario that I have on my chart now can play a very interesting role, because we're going to fake out a potential move towards the highs here. We have a leading diagonal in a wave A. 1 2 3 4 5. Has to be said, wave 2 hit the 886, which is very uncommon, very rare for a wave 2 in an impulsive structure. 1 2 3 4 5. For a diagonal, it is a little more common, but we're still talking low percentages. And your wave 3 is a little bit longer in price than your wave 1, right? And I believe also in time. Let me do a quick fib time here. Yeah, also in time. which also reduces the probability slightly. But it's not an invalidation, it's all probabilities. So we're looking for a wave A in this scenario, and then a 3-wave move up in B. Common target for your wave B is big, the 382 to the 886, 63.1, 71.9K. So we have to look at the sub-wave structure of B to get a better idea. Also, of course, having extra confluences always helps. We have the blue box here. Arguably, I should actually start a little bit lower. First of all, we have the box here, 63.4, 63.8K, which is where we are at the moment. No. Then we have a couple of white boxes, a little less relevant. This blue box here, 68.2, 69.2, and then the blue box at the top, 70.7K to 72K. Now, after this wave B, which has to be a 3-wave structure, by the way, and preferably ending after the 382 fib time, taken from the start to the end of A, sitting on the 19th of May, we want to see an impulse to the downside in a wave C, creating a wave A, 5-wave structure, wave B, 3-wave structure, wave C, creating a triple top at the high, C, taking the liquidity of A, moving down to support. 51.8 is very interesting, by the way, which is the blue box here. It's a very small blue box, but there's a lot of confluence in that very small area down there. And then you have 49.1, 49, wait, 49.1, did I say it? Yeah, 49.1, 49.8K. Then you want to see price move back towards the upside. It's a scenario we're monitoring, right? Doesn't yet have the highest probabilities because by all means both of these have the exact same structure that you're looking for. You're looking for this, but in a B you're going to move down, in a C, and in a 3 you look for continuation. So what do? We wait for price to move towards the upside, and then by observing the structure and the impulsivity we get a better idea of what we get. No, on the lower time frames, 4-hour time frame, we are then looking for a wave A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3. A, B, C, or a 1, 2, 3 towards the upside. Wave 2B in this bullish scenario, the most bullish scenario, is already a finished structure here, as you can see. Right? So your 2 or B is in at the 0.5 fib from the low to the high of A1. Common target for both a B as well as a wave 2. You look for price to move towards the upside in a wave C or a wave 3. Right. Now this means that on the 1-hour time frame, if this is the end of your 2 or B, we need to count a 3-wave structure, A, B, C. And as mentioned in the update this morning, I'm not too happy about the subdegree count of wave C. So your wave A is pretty nice. You have your wave B here, and then a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-wave structure. Your wave 5 is very nice. Nice 5-wave move on the lower time frames on the 15-minute. It's just that also on the 15-minute, this range here is a little bit of a pain in the ass for a wave C. Now your common target area for C, by the way, is this box from the high to the low of A to the high of B. But it's about this wave 3, 4. So here we have our wave 1, flat in 2, right? Perfectly fine. 1, 2, preferably your 3 ends here. Then you have a 4, and then you get your 5, right? However, this move to the downside is actually a very nice contracting diagonal structure here. And then a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Of course, there's a lot of overlap, so it might as well be a wave X in this case, as you need to count a W, X, and then a wave Y in this scenario. But it also counts nicely as a 5-wave structure. But we can't finish wave 3 here, because this move up is too high and there is no wave 2 quite similar in size than the wave 4. Now wave 4 generally is longer in time, but you can see the difference between this move and any of these smaller moves here. Right? So that's not really preferred. You can count a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and then here you have 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and then eventually you get your final push down. That's fine. But having this as an extra 4, 5 doesn't look as good, but you do have to do that in this scenario where this is then your final impulse to the downside in your wave C. So probability wise, it's not for me and the perfect ABC, right? Which then also brings me to what you see here on my chart right now. So what we're looking for here is an A or 1, 2 or B, not yet finished, and then a wave 3 or C to the upside. So here we are expecting a move down. we have interesting support to the downside as well that we didn't yet hit. So I do like my boxes to be hit, the areas of confluence. This for me, and I know there's always confluence to be found, but for me on my chart with the tools that I use, this for me is a bit of a bounce in the middle of nowhere, right? There is the potential for a finished ABC, but I did not really have anything here that would suggest a great big move towards the upside. So I would really like to see price testing if it, I mean, that is a like, because price doesn't do what I want to, but hey, it would be interesting for price to actually move down, hit this box 59.4 to 60K in confluence with the golden pocket, and then look for potential proof of support in this area. And that's important because we need to see proof of support, right? We want to see price holding here. If it goes down in a straight line on very high volume, we just look for the lows, right? We need to see price holding, show some strength, right? Which, by the way, means maybe market structure changes, bull CVD, RSI, MACD, money flow indicator, VWAP is flipped, whatever you like to use in your case with the tools, right, that you feel comfortable with. You want to see price holding, and then we can look for a C or 3 towards the upside. Now, we are then looking for a three-wave structure in a wave A, wave B, and a wave C in this particular scenario. If we just jump to the lower time frames and look at this wave A, we can now actually subdivide this range a little bit better. So we have a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? And then inside this range, we have a double 3, 4. So we have two ending, 1, 2, 3, 4, ending wave 5 with a diagonal, a flattened 4, and then starting another move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave structure, right? Works better. Probability-wise, I would give higher probabilities to an unfinished ABC compared to an unfinished ABC compared to a finished ABC, just because of this structure here. Of course, it depends on the reaction, but one of the scenarios I was monitoring here was a WXY to the upside, as shown earlier this morning. Now, with this particular scenario, we then look for our wave B and then a wave C to the downside. Common target area for B here on the chart has been touched, of course. We almost hit the target box. I mean, look, the box, I actually think the box has been hit, but the lowest amount of confluence, okay. Take it, literally a few dollars there. We had a daily naked point of control there, which has almost been touched on the chart, almost, missing out also by a few dollars, I think $30. So, okay, not an exact touch, but we came very close nonetheless. So the first area of support down here, you can see it on the chart, the blue box, 61.5K to 61.1K, right? And that is an interesting area for potential support, because if we look at this wave B, then preferably a wave B would end after the 382 taken from the start to the end of this wave A in time, comparing A in time with wave B in time. The 382 is sitting on 5:30 p.m. Central European time, which is in 1 hour and 8 minutes. However, as you can see, the current high has been made before the 382. It's not impossible, it's just more common for structures to have at least a 382 relationship in time, right? So it's all probabilities in the end. Now, inside this wave B, we then either look for a zigzag or the double zigzag. So a zigzag would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corrective structure to the downside, maybe even hitting support here, and then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside. Hit the resistance that we just missed by a few dollars, right? And then move down in your wave C. That would be your typical zigzag in a wave A, corrective B, and then a wave C to the upside. A double zigzag, and by the way, that's more common than a double zigzag. Like a simple zigzag ABC is most common, and then you have a double zigzag, triple zigzag, right? Double zigzag is that you have a 5, 3, 5 in a W, right? You have your wave X, corrective structure, and then you're looking for another 5, 3, and this then has to be a 5 in a wave Y. And that is then a double zigzag structure. Now let's analyze that double zigzag on the lowest time frame for a second, right? So what we are then looking for with regards to a double zigzag is a W here, an X, and a wave Y. Inside these structures, we then need an ABC, in W, a shallow X, which happened, and another A, B, and an AC. Right, and your B has to be this pivot over here at the moment. Based on the local price action, you can't put it anywhere else. Let's put on a couple of targets. First of all, the blue target for your wave Y, the bigger target. Trend-based fib from the low to the high of W to the low of your wave X. Toggle on the WXY target. Now, your most common target area for a double zigzag, by the way, is the 1 to the 1.236, but the 618 does get hit at times here. So let me 280. There we go. And then color code it as well. Oops. There we go. So preferably, it would end a little bit higher. There we go. There we go. Okay, beautiful. Do like clean charts. So that would be your common target area, most common 1 to the 1.236 for a double zigzag. But what's more important, actually, is the relationship between your ABCs. So a WXY, wave Y is quite a big area of interest, right? Now, if we compare the ABCs, we take a fib from the low to the high of A to the low of wave B. We drag it to the right. And you can see that your wave C here hit the 1.618, which is fine. That's a common target for a wave C. And we can also count a 5-wave structure to the upside here. And then a 5, 3, 5 ABC. Nice. Okay. Now then we check the second ABC. Trend-based fib from the low to the high to the low that we have here. But now we can see that the current high on the chart is incredibly shallow, right? Incredibly shallow. So your common target for your C is up here. A rare target for C is the 0.618, right? The 1.618 is a lot more common. It's an extension target for C than price hitting the 0.618, which is very rare. But not even getting close to the 0.618 is very uncommon, right? For a wave C. And there's not really any other great way to count it unless you somehow do this. But I have to look at this myself now. Very, very, very meh. Also, because we took the high here, we can't end a structure here. So even if you would try to put the wave Y on top here and finish the WXY over here with a potential ABC here, right? You still expect this high to be taken again, because now you're looking for flat structures as well. So you still expect more upside to come at a later stage, at least sooner or later. Let's check the pool if we do this. Yeah, even if you put A here and B there, then you only hit the 0.618, which is very rare for a wave C. So that is not really preferred compared to hitting common targets. So it does increase the probabilities for the potential of this being an A, B, C, where we could have an expanding flat, right? We have a 3-wave, a 3-wave, and then a 5-wave move to the downside, hitting support, move back up for that wave B. So let me quickly remove this. So then we have this target box on the chart as well. All right, we can count 1, 2, 3 volume coming in as well, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, of course, price is moving down, just like as always, right? The general tip: as long as price is moving down on volume that is increasing, wait for a range to form. It will give you all the information that you need, right? There's no hurry. The chart will always be there waiting for a range unless it's part of your strategy, right? But no FOMO, YOLO, or catching knives if that's not part of your strat, right? And YOLO and FOMO should never be part of a strategy. So your best area of support, best area of resistance, your second area of resistance would be around the 786 here, which is the white box, 64.4, 64.6K. Okay. Very nice. Finish structure will be easy. If price keeps moving down on increased volume, we look for support lower. Let's go to the bearish scenarios. Right. Okay. Very nice. Eurovision. I don't even know what countries are in the I don't even know who's participating. I never watch Eurovision. I wouldn't know. Bearish scenario. We start on the weekly and then we zoom back in, okay? Lower probability for the bearish scenario on the weekly time frame here. Regular flat, 3-wave A, 3-wave B, 5-wave C to the downside. Regular flat is already less common than an expanding flat. Expanding flat is mainly the difference in your B and C. Your B moves higher, right, compared to a regular flat. Regular flat target 105. Expanding flat 1.236 to the 1.38 from the high to the low of A, which clearly we haven't hit. In both cases, you want to see a 5-wave move down, where your wave C in a regular flat is more shallow, but still ends below A. Common target area here is the 1 to the 1.236, 16.5, 11.6K. 1.618 is an extension target at 6.5K. Best area of support, 10 to 9K. Golden pocket from the low to 69K, value area high of the multi-year volume profile. Now for this scenario to happen, we need to count impulsive structures at the high to the downside. We need to count a bigger impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and inside your wave 1 on a lower time frame, you need to count a lower degree 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, before you get the retracement to the upside. So naturally, therefore, in the bearish scenarios, you're going to be looking for either this scenario or the one that I have, which is even more bearish, lower probabilities, but still. Here we have that same diagonal as shown earlier, but now we label it a wave 1. Looking for a 2 and then a 3 down. The main difference is your wave 2, because the common target area for 2 is the 05786, 65.1, 70.1K from the high to the low of your wave 1. The 382, uncommon target, 886, very rare target, invalidation is the high, and then you're going to be looking for a wave 3 down. And that's also what's going to be interesting is if you compare the two scenarios, 1 second, which is this one. Look, I have them both on my chart. You can see the ABC on the chart now as well. Now this is very interesting because you're going to move exactly the same. It's the same price section, 2/B, and then move down in a wave 3 or a wave C. Preferably also wave C has high volume. The ABC has a higher probability compared to the impulse to the downside, but it's still good to be aware of it, no? And then eventually we just want to see price tank in this particular scenario going below 15K. Now that would be something. The most bearish scenario, but the lowest probability on the daily time frame, however, is a double 1-2. And there's 3 reasons why this has a lower probability compared to the other scenarios, right? You have your 1-2 here, another 1-2 here as well, and you look for a 3 towards the downside. First of all, 2 hit the 886. Very rare for 2, common for a B or an X, increasing probabilities that everything that follows is corrective, not impulsive, which therefore increases probabilities to sooner or later take the high. Then we have this second wave 1 in blue. This wave 1 in blue is longer in price and time compared to your wave 1 in red. Even though this blue wave 1 is a lower degree wave 1. You have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in red, and then you have a 1, 2 in blue. All right? And then 3, 4, 5 to finish the red 3. So this is a lower degree wave 1 compared to your red one. But it is longer in price and time, which reduces probabilities. And mainly there's also wave 2 and the 886 together. But this wave 2 is now a running flat ABC. Wave C not taking the highs of wave A at 67K. And a running flat is very rare, never preferred unless all of the other stuff fails. And it hasn't failed yet. So those are 3 reasons why this scenario is the lowest probability scenario. And even this one has more probabilities, by the way, which is a WX and then move down straight for a wave Y. So instead of taking the highs here, price moves down, WXY, but then X has the running flat. So W is a regular flat, X has a running flat, and there you want to see a 3-wave structure in Y, arguably a zigzag, ABC to the downside, moving to the common target area for your wave Y. But also this scenario has a running flat, which again is very rare, never preferred, unless all this other stuff fails, which therefore means that probability-wise, they are higher to take the high before taking the low. It's all probabilities. So, okay. CVD divergences. Bullish on the 1 hour chart. Of course, we want to see local support, right? If price makes a new low, maybe at the target box, we're just going to do this, boop, right? Because on the 1 hour chart, we clearly have yellow as well as blue moving down, higher low in price, lower low on both of the CVDs, right? More locally though, we had a bit of bullish CVDs this morning, and these played out. So price moving up, lower low on the CVD. Bearish CVDs, but also touch the 886, which I mentioned. 886 touch, higher probabilities to take the highs, and price indeed took the high. Wicked above the double top and started to move towards the downside, which is very nice indeed. And yeah, that is where we are at the moment. So if we then talk about probabilities, the probabilities on a weekly time frame are higher for the bullish scenarios. Probabilities on the 4 hour time frame are higher to take the high at 65k before the low, potentially later at least, at 56k. On the 1 hour time frame, probabilities are higher for the zigzag still seeing another low compared to continuing to the upside and hitting 65k because of the 4-5 as explained in the analysis, this range here. On the 15-minute time frame, we were looking for a retracement to the downside. You have seen this box. If you watch the morning video, where are my probabilities? Sometimes I have to look for them, yo. 1 second. Ah, there we go. 15-minute time frame. Take the local high over here, right? And then what we were looking for is here. So a retracement soon would be very interesting. Reason being, locally, price now starts to range a little bit longer below resistance. So a retracement soon would be interesting. Take the local highs, potentially look for that retracement against resistance, which is what we're getting now. This is from the morning update, the previous update. So yeah, some brilliant bit of price action and some very nice Elliott Wave structures. And that is pretty much it. And now we just wait and see what price does, no? So yeah, we'll see, we'll see. For the, yeah, let me put this back on the chart. Yeah, there's always the potential for a 1, 2, and then a wave 3 to the downside, taking the low. So, but yeah, probabilities. We'll see. As long as price is moving down on high volume. Yeah. Elliott Wave analysis at 15. That's where we started. Now chatting and Q&A. Does look like a very quick move to the downside for a wave C, though. It's already very long now for a wave C. So preferably, I mean A, B, C. That's what I'm talking about here. So actually, preferably, you're just gonna take the low. Oh, 1 second, the bell rings. Yo, I got a box. I'm gonna do a little unboxing. 1 second here, pin the message. Because I think that The big order arrived. Okay, 1 second here. Yo, Koens. Oh, my desk is not made for this. And the hoodies, they're here. Yeah. Very nice. Woo. Yo. Shit arrived, yo. Holy moly, what a box. Oh, very nice. I had no idea it was actually coming today, but very nice surprise. Quite quick as well. So, got all the t-shirts and the hoodies. They arrived. I only need the caps now, and the caps will be here next week. I think between 15 and 17, 17th of May. The caps with embroidery in the front instead of a print are coming next week. So yeah, this is the first like bunch of stuff. I'll make sure to check every item before sending it across the globe, because that is of course what's gonna happen next. So I want to get one. Yeah, I don't have a merch store or anything. It's just that it's for the giveaways, you know, the 10K giveaway, t-shirts, hoodies, and caps. Yeah. So okay, let's get into chatting and Q&A as Price is doing its thing here. Where were we? Oh yeah, yeah, I saw this one. Eurovision. So I don't watch Eurovision. It's yeah, it's not my cup of tea, I suppose. I'm not really interested. I usually do other stuff. Keep an eye on the volume. All right, so there we go. So yeah, not really. I have no idea. I don't even know what countries are participating, or if there's already countries in the finals. So yeah, I honestly have no idea. But may the best win. And that's also, like, for me, Eurovision is just it always feels a little bit like who has the biggest country or who has the most viewers. You know, like, wait, I support my country. I vote for my country. I don't even know how voting works, but yeah, I'm not sure if it's like popularity contest versus being actually good. So I'm at the sub counts of 3 of the series in 1 minute time frame fits very well for the ABC. Maybe, but it's on a 15-minute where I'm active. Not a nice structure, let's say. So yeah, HZ, welcome. Good to have you here. Good morning, Rob. Back in Calabasas, yeah, California. After this week's work, travel back to Elliott Waves. Okay, welcome back, man. Good to have you back. Gonna enjoy the weekend now, I can imagine, after we have some volatility on the charts today. Is it possible that we are still in a wave 4? No. The wave 4 is like the moment you went this deep and this long, it's already low probabilities. I started showing a wave 4, I think, the moment we ranged here. So the moment I stop showing it is also the moment that the probabilities are very much decreased, or it's just not relevant anymore. Yeah. Good day, Adam. Good morning for you. What's up, MT? Cheers. Joost Klein, Euro Papa. Is that the Dutch one? Is that ours? I don't even know who Joost Klein is. Oh, well, Euro Papa. He's banned. Oh no. Yeah. Tortuga, what do you think about SPX? Just such a rate from all-time high to the recent low, which agrees will take a high. That is correct. Yeah, but in general, so once the 886 is hit, a retracement to the golden pocket is actually quite common before potentially moving to all-time highs if it finds support at the golden pocket. If you lose the golden pocket, it might increase probabilities to take the lows again. But yeah, you're correct with the 88. In a 1-2, 1-2 to the downside, the first 1-2 is extremely hard to count as a 5-wave move or diagonal. Yeah, of course you have to force. Also ABC as well. So you can count the 5-wave structure in there, absolutely. But the ABC as well as an impulse, it's a bit of an interesting structure for sure. The 1 yogurt weekend, I think a 1 would look a stronger impulsive. You mean this one here? Of course, this move to the upside was strong. Even though we did hit some 886s at the lows, by the way. Interestingly. If wave 1 at 65.5, okay, that's the local high, and wave 2 at 60, that's here. Possible retracement to the golden pocket to the upside. Is it possible? Absolutely. In that case, you're looking for an ABC, but that also means you want to wait for a range to form. Makes no sense longing into a strong dump to the downside with volume increasing, right? Doesn't like, I think you might actually be at the golden pocket right now, by the way. So in that case, you take it from this low to this high, toggle on the 66, you almost, yeah, makes no sense at the moment. Like there's clearly an impulsive move, high volume to the downside. You need to wait for at least a wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then look for a move up. And then you're talking about an ABC flat, of course, in that case, where for a flat, from the high to the low to the high, you have the first 1.618 here. Now let me put a target on my chart for this, the 2.618. Chuck, remove that, make it white. Then we also did that, and this is, it's going to be an extension target for sure. Let's see. Yeah. So your common target area is between the two 1.618s. The 2.618 is an extension target for a wave C in a flat. So yeah. Price moving down, increasing in volume. Well, it's not interesting. You need to wait for a range to form. No financial advice, by the way. But from an Elliott Wave point of view, if this happens, the best thing is to wait. So because you want to have another range, unless it's part of your plan and strategy. You know? Let's wait till I reach. Then hopefully there's a setup available. This looks hyper. What's up, Bobby? Hyper, bear. Shitty weekend starting like. I mean, this is great, right? It's good volatility. So also in the setups channel, but I did share it in Diamond. So the Diamonds will know. Where I also had a short here, reaching the box, stop loss higher, moving towards the downside to hedge my long. Where the long was taken, I don't know, when we hit the 618, somewhere here, stop loss below. So with the short, I'm targeting this low, and this box covers the potential stop loss touch of my long. With the long, with the stop loss below here, I'm looking for price higher. If it touches the stop loss of the short, probabilities are much higher to continue towards the upside, and we look for much higher prices. So I'm hedged both ways now, playing the probabilities, right? I'm not going to TP in the middle. It's two trades going against one another at the moment. And it's all about the probabilities now. So, yeah, very nice. So that it was shared in the Diamond a morning update today. What is it this time? Boxer shorts. You wish, bro. Some lingerie. Yo, Koens lingerie. Donovan, oh yeah, looks like the board didn't like. So Joost Klein is the Dutch one? Always those Dutchies. Bitstamp chart went higher earlier today. What does it mean for your probabilities? Does it change anything? No. No, the result is the same. Yeah. I'm trading with the daily and the 4 hour. It's good time frames, more like swing trading. The Koens unboxing channel, I know, right? Smaller one too, working on the wave 2 and then a 3 to the upside. I guess you're talking about potentially 1, 2 here, and then this being another 1, 2, which is the same question I answered just now. You still need to wait for support. This currently looks very impulsive. So you need to wait for a range. There's no interest here, in my opinion. From an Elliott Wave point of view, you need to at least wait for a 4 in this case. For like 1, 2, 3, look for 4 and then a 5. Yeah. I want to get one. Next giveaway, maybe one day a merch shop, but it's not. I first need to work on the website. Jeroen is waiting for me with texts. I'm so bad with this stuff. Yeah, exactly, Mark. You can give it as a present to your wife. Oven mitts. Yeah, there you go, from Koens. Yeah, Koens oven mitts. I already have everyone that won in my list. Yeah. What's the next wave? Check the analysis, I suppose, because everything has been explained there. And of course, at the moment, we move to the downside. We almost hit support now as well. So SLD mix, you didn't miss the analysis in a way that I always have a pinned comment. So the analysis, if you go to 15 minutes in the live stream, you'll be able to see the analysis. So you can check it out there. He was the crowd favorite going in. Great song. Yeah. And now he's banned. Fucking Dutchies. 786 is a key zone. Yeah, we're now at support. But we didn't yet have a range in the wave 4. So this is still very much wave 3. And we're already at support without a wave 4. So if price is not going to start ranging here, I mean, you just look for the next area of support. It's just level by level, tuck, 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 To the Elliott Waves on the VIX, I think you need to be a genius level Sudoku champion. No idea what VIX or VIX is, but yeah, some charts are a pain in the ass. They're very difficult to count. If BTC tanked on sentiment data today, then just wait until next Wednesday when we get the CPI. What a candle. That's beautiful. Now 52 looks much more likely to me, sooner than the retail trader expects. This move to the downside might as well go there. Who knows? We need to lose this area of support, next area of support, and down we go. So that's a nice thing. We just trade, it's level by level, level by level. So as long as price is moving down on an increased amount of volume, let it run. Beautiful. The volatility index, I see. Doesn't look like anything is holding here, by the way. Volatility index. I see. I'm gonna change this now to a wide box. I think we already passed the daily naked point of control now. Yeah. That was arguably your strong. Oh wait, we have the daily as well at the lower end of the box. That's your last level. But you didn't even have a wave 4 yet, so even if you range here, you expect another 5 to the downside. So probability is higher to take the low in that case. We continue to observe. The Friday sell-off, I know, right? Discounts on Friday. It's Black Friday on Bitcoin today. $60K support. I mean, probabilities are high. We're gonna reach that, yeah. We already, like, there's literally nothing. It just tanks through it. By the way, this also means if this happens over here, there's not much holding Bitcoin. You have 58.2 here, last area of support, which is the daily. I have 57.2, but that's already very, very low. So then you expect the lows to be taken though. Would be something if you have indeed the running flat ABC and then locally continue towards the downside. Could as well happen now. That's okay, Liquid Mafia. You have, of course, your way of trading and I have mine. From an Elliott Wave point of view, a running flat is simply rare. So that impacts probabilities. But then locally, if locally we don't see proof of support and price moving down on increased volume, we look for the lows. That's as simple as it gets. So you trade you and I trade me, you know. It's just probabilities. And this is Elliott Waves. And from an Elliott Waves point of view, touching an 886, having a running flat and a second wave 1 being longer than the first is low probabilities. Running flat in an X and going down in a Y, running flat is rare probabilities. So it's simple. It's just probabilities. But therefore, locally on the 15 minutes, you need to see support. And price moving down on an increased amount of volume, you just wait for a range to form. Yeah, I mean, look, if you don't agree, that's fine. You have your analysis, but, you know, whatever. It's the second time. That's probabilities. That's Elliott Waves. Running flat is simply very rare compared to any other structure. But then we still want to see local support. And if you don't see local support, by the way, you just go down. So that is also why we're live here. Any Elliott Wave analyst will know that a running flat is a very rare structure. What do you get as a silver member? So if you go and click on the join button below, you'll get more info. But as a silver, that's short-term updates. It's updates in between the content. So before videos, after videos, that sort of stuff. Okay, so now we're about to take this low here. Still high amount of volume moving to the downside here. The Koens lingerie, you wish, yeah. Koens underwear, yeah. Nah, I mean, yeah, of course. Now all the products arrive, so need to make sure that I label everything, and then I have to send it. So. And depending on the country where you live, it might take a few weeks before it even arrives. So I was just all good, Liquid Mafia. I mean, I vent in return, I suppose. Yeah. Of course, there is probabilities for price to move down. It's just running flats are rare. But if we don't see local support, then we go for the lows. And that's why it's interesting to be live here. Because we lost that white box now. Taking this low, very high probability, increased volume, right? So if you lose this next area of support, we're simply looking for the lows, yeah. And this was also with Elliott Waves. That's why I really like the local structures. Is on a 15-minute time frame. I can very much observe what happens with structures, volume, which have an impact to my higher time frame trading as well. So as long as we don't see a range here on the 15-minute, which means a couple of hours of sideways structure, and then another move down in a 5 to finish a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If we just go down and volume is increasing, we just go down. We look for lower. Now we touch the 886, by the way. The magical 886. There we go. What is your primary at the moment? Well, when we go through the time frames, weekly bullish, 4 hour highs before lows, 1 hour take the lows first, which I mean we now almost did over here. And the 15 minutes this morning was to take this high and then look for retracement, which clearly we got on the chart. But what we are looking for now is, of course, proof of support. So we're moving down on a high amount of volume, and of course we have Elliott Wave probabilities, but you do want to see some strength. And now we of course have this move down, 1-2 impulse to the downside at the moment in a 3 by the looks of it now. So we're still waiting for a range to form. That's the minimum. You want to see a wave 1, 2, then a wave 3, 4, 5. 4 has to be at least a couple of hours sideways on a 50-minute time frame. Your wave 2 here was only 2 candles, but wave 4 tends to be longer in time. So a minimum of 2 candles, but usually a wave 4 would be longer than 2 candles. Sideways. And as long as you don't have that, as long as every next candle is just going to do this, we just look for lower. We look for price to go down. So we just wait for a range now. Yeah, exactly, JBZ. And that's also so with my Elliott Wave trading, I very much react on what price shows locally. So even though probability, so I guess with Elliott Waves, I'm a little bit of a 15-minute trader, even though I try to swing on a 1 hour, 4 hour. But probabilities on higher time frames can be X, Y, Z, but I want to see proof of support locally. So now that price is moving down on increased volume, I have absolutely no interest to long because I need a range. I need to wait for a range to form locally. Because this looks impulsive. So I'm looking for wave 1, 2, another 3 down, and a 4 and a 5. I need to wait for the 4. Until I have a 4, as long as I don't have a 4, I'm not looking for the structure to end at the moment. So, yeah. Unless you take a fib from the high to wherever the low is going to be, you toggle on your 618, and price moves up and hits the 618, because that's an invalidation for a 4. So 1, 2, 3, and then you don't get a 4 and a 5. Instead, you hit the 618. You're going to be looking for the highs again. But at the moment, with the volume, probabilities are higher for a 1, 2, and then a 3, and then you still need to wait for a wave 4 and a 5. So as long as you don't have a wave 4 at the moment locally, it's just a patience game now. Yeah. So it's not really, there's not really too much interest at the moment. There's a lot of talk on the 5.3 theory. It's a mathematical theory on Bitcoin upward moves. Every 4 years, a Bitcoin pump should be divided by 5.3. I suppose that based on what I see on the index chart, let's say, or Bitstamp, the bull markets do get smaller in size on a logarithmic scale. So of course in price, moving from 3K to 69K is bigger in price difference compared to moving from, I don't know, a few $100s or $100 to 3K, right? But the percentage is actually lower. So on the monthly chart, if you go to my analysis, like the macro one, I think that was a live stream we did on Sunday last week. Here, this one. So this is, usually every Sunday, but this Sunday is Mother's Day. So, but I do high time frame, and you can see, if you watch that video, you can very clearly see that each new bull market high so far has touched the 0.618 trend-based fib extension, which basically means it is shorter by 40% on a logarithmic scale, right? It hits a 618. So not 100, not the 1-to-1, which would be an exact copy and percentage. So yeah, so that's interesting. And the bear markets are becoming deeper, from the 0.236 to the 0.382 to the 0.5 last bear market. So yeah, it's an interesting take. I don't know the 5.3 theory, but I can see on the chart that the highs are getting lower and the lows are getting deeper. But eventually, if you look at like SPX or like charts that have decades of information, you will see that you would expect still a 3 to the upside, if you know what I mean. Right, so so a couple of 1-2s moving horizontal, and then you wanna see it fly, no? We'll see if that happens. Yeah, what is going on with Bitcoin dumping like that? I mean, yeah, we were already expecting a retracement. You never really know how deep that retracement goes, but this is a nice high volume one. But we also had some news in confluence with the expected retracement. So yeah, very nice, very nice. It doesn't. I think it might be B wave of the 4th wave from the top. If it does not take the low, wait. I think it might be a B wave of the 4th from the top, but I need to know the top. And I'm not sure what top you're talking about. What is the wave 4? Is this the wave 4? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what you're talking about? In that case, you have overlap between 1 and 4, so you need to think about diagonals or double 1-2s. However, both of these have a low probability, as this second structure down is longer in time and price than your first structure down. So having this as a single impulse in a 1 and then a 2 and then look for a 3 or a wave ABC would have higher probabilities. Yeah. Could it not just be a liquidity grab? Well, we'll see. We'll see. We need to see proof of support in that case. What do we do now? I think it's going lower. Of course, first of all, if you have a plan and strategy, trade the plan and the strat. Secondly, from an Elliott Wave point of view, it's just a move to the downside impulsively on a high amount of volume, which now means we have to wait for a range to form. So I'm already in positions, and I will only long again if I see at least a range. I need a new range. I mean, I'm short. I told Diamond as well this morning. Literally, wait, let me read it. I'm gonna read it to you. So in Diamond, every morning I provide an update with what I'm looking for, right? So first of all, I had a long running, just in case this was an ABC to the downside. Stop below here, looking for price to move up. That wasn't just in case we continue. And then I had a second setup, and I write, oh yeah, no, that was the second setup is the long that was taken. And then this is also where the third setup comes in though. If price can hit the resistance, I'm interested in a short for at least a 1 to 3 RR down to the support box. Hit the stop loss of the long, and probabilities are significantly, hit the stop loss, hit the stop loss of the short, which was somewhere above here, and probabilities are significantly higher to continue to the upside, and that is where setup 2, which is the long, then runs. If price moves down, setup 2 hits the stop loss of the long, right? Oh man, how can I, let me just show, I guess best case is, let me just show this. This is what I wrote. So, yeah. In other words, what I was looking for, we had a short from the high, which was very nice. I took TP over here. I have still some running, just in case. Then a long here for potential ABC down. Hit the 618, was an entry. Stop loss below the low, potential long if we could manage to continue. Then over here, this is the short, right? If price moves up, hit resistance, 15-minute time frame analysis this morning. Probability is high to take the high, being very patient. Looking for price to move up. Entry for a short, stop loss above. Look for a move towards the downside, which I guess you might not be able to see. You can because of my webcam. Looking for a move down. Now, these two, right, are matching each other. Right, so the long for potential continuation, the short is hedging that bet, right? So if price moves below this low, the short easily covers the stop loss of the long. But if price would move above this white box here, probabilities are much higher for continuation, which means the stop of the short is covered by the long. So I'm playing hedge here, basically, right? So by all means, I profit. That's the goal. And then the setup behind my webcam, that is one that if there is support or proof of support, I am interested in this. If we just keep tanking to the downside and there's absolutely nothing happening, I just look for lower because I'm in a short, right? Now it's just about management. So this is pretty much it. We also had a long from 56K, right? Then a short from like 64K. Then we had a long here, which is probably about to hit stop loss, but that's perfectly fine because we had a short at the high here. And we just leave it running and then we'll wait and see. So yeah. That is some Elliott Wave trading as well. Will there be an impulse to the upside like what happened before? You first need to wait for strength now. So at the moment, we can't talk about upside as long as price is moving down on high volume. We just need to wait for a range. So my answer will always be wait for a range now. Yeah, you're looking for higher, but before potential MDS. Before we're looking higher, we need support here. So I'm looking for lower at the moment, as long as we do not at least have a range of 30 minutes to 50-minute candles as a bare minimum, preferably longer. For like at least an hour or 2 hours to look for an impulse down. 1, 2, 3, I want to see a 4 and a 5. As long as we do not have a 4 and a 5 and price keeps making red candles to the downside, we look for lower. There should be support above 60K right now. If not, maybe we test 59. Yeah, we have some support down here, right? This is the blue box. It's not the greatest, but there's some. We have an order block, support resistance area, golden pocket is here as well, and then we have the daily below. There should be, oh, wait, for your side. Yeah, exactly, Tangerine. It's this Elliott Wave shows the same, not as accurate in percentage, but you can see it with regards to the extensions. Yes, correct. Have you ever seen Bitcoin recover as quickly as it went down? Well, it's very rare to have V-shaped recovery. So even if you get a recovery to the upside and you get an impulse up, you still expect a bit of a range again before continuation, right? It's very rare to see bum. Yeah, so the typical V-shape is very uncommon. What's up, Silen? How you doing? I closed my 250% day trade from yesterday. I'm open 5 minutes before this dump cost my dog at the pool. Yo, it's a nice trade though. Nice trade. Congrats. Is the golden pocket around 60K for wave 2? A higher degree still in play with this move? Guys, any long setup you have from an Elliott Wave point of view is complete, no financial advice, but is completely irrelevant if price just moves down on increased volume and there's not even a range forming. So from an Elliott Wave point of view, if there is no local range for at least an hour, if not longer, I'm looking for lower. Yes, there is support. Yes, we have the golden pocket. Yes, we have a daily. But if price just does this, no interest. No interest. So, and from me, of course, I'm talking about myself. Like this is no financial advice by all means. But it doesn't make any sense from my experience with Elliott Waves to long into an impulsive move down. Can this be a wave C that is very extended? Of course, we had it once on I think it was the 3rd of January this year. We had a massive wave C to the downside, and then we got a bounce. But still, even though if you try to catch that knife and somehow got it right instead of wrong, probabilities generally are not really on your side. Waiting for a range is better. So once we, on the 3rd of Jan, had that ABC confirmed by moving up and starting the range, hitting the 618, that is when I got interested into trading, in trading again. So I was short and took TPs while price was moving down, and then once the 618 is hit, that's when I when I close it as probabilities changed. So what's up, Batarchi? How you doing? How you doing? Hedging my trade style. Yeah, it's all probabilities. It's all probabilities, right? So I mean, it's also this morning in the probabilities, it was pretty much what we were looking for, no? Where is it? I need to move my probabilities box. So on the 15-minute, we were waiting for price to take the high. Now, what high are we talking about? Let's go to a 1 hour. Okay, cool. It's still there. As shown in the analysis this morning, 886 touch. Probability is higher to take the high. 1 hour, right? Here we say higher to take 65K before potentially 57, right? But locally price now starts to range a bit longer below resistance. So a retracement soon would be interesting. Ranging below resistance, take the high, 50-min played out, resistance, price having that retracement. Now, right, we just observe if there is proof of support. So even though probabilities on a 1 hour or a 4 hour would be higher to take the highs before the lows, as long as you do not see proof of support and signs of price actually holding, you look for lower. Because the only thing we have is Elliott Wave probabilities, right? And we can trade probabilities. But from my experience with a 1 hour, 4 hour time frame probabilities, yeah, higher to take the high than the low, because else you have a running flat in here, which is very rare. But I still want to see local support, right? So that is what we're looking for now. As long as price is moving down on increased volume, I personally have absolutely no interest. If we start to range for a little bit and then move down once more, I might start to slowly get interested if we see signs of support coming in, right? Some proof of support, price holding, volume moving down. Yeah. AI, always AI. Everything you see is AI. Do you know how to open a head trade on Atas? I don't actually. I don't trade on Atas. I do know how they have a trading terminal. And they keep improving and updating it, but I never actually traded through Atas as it's. I don't use order flow and stuff. I used to, but in the past, mainly ExoCharts actually for order flow. Atas is just very nice for the point of controls. I like how clean it looks. But yeah, I don't trade on Atas. What's up, Samit? How you doing? Good to have you here. V-shapes usually happen on sudden bad news. Yeah, and another thing to keep in mind as well is news moves. Might be volatile, but also tend to fully retrace. We just wait. Need for a range, high volume so far to the downside. Samuel Brandstetter. Yo, Samuel, what's up? How you doing? Good to have you here. Thanks for your message the other day. Was nice to see your message coming in, and I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. It's also what I like to see is get to know people a little bit and what they do in their daily life. And it was nice to hear about or see what you do in your life as well. So good to have you here, man. Welcome. And thanks for your message again. We trading, yeah. Donovan, I mean, signals, they can come from everywhere, right? You have the moon, you have this, yeah, this, that. Now we have dogs. Isaac Moussaoui. Between 65 and 59.6, if we gut deep nest station will be. Not sure what you mean with deep nest station, but yeah, 58 here. Let me actually put it on the chart. Right? We have nope. Yep. And what's the other one? Oh, the second, this one. So these are now your areas of support to the downside. 5-minute time frame shows a range. Yeah, but I need a by that time, I'm happy with the range. We're already done streaming probably, because we need at least a couple of 50-minute candles. Of course, we can look on a 1 minute time frame as well, like, hey, there's a range forming, but you want a range that is at least similar to your wave 2, which is 2 candles. So you're going to be looking for a 5-wave move where your wave 4, most commonly, by far most commonly, your wave 4 is longer in time than your wave 2. So you want at least 2 candles as a bare minimum. Preferably, you're going to move into an hour long range, 1.5, 2 hour long range, before you're happy with having a finished impulsive structure. So the 5 minute has to be compared to the range you have here in FIB time, right, time-wise. So rule of alternation as well, right? Wave 2 commonly is deep, simple, and short in time. Wave 4 tends to be long, complex, and shallow. So always a pleasure, Batarji. Always a pleasure, always a pleasure. The news was this here. So Friday, May 10, 4 p.m. I have no idea what it means, but I knew there was. This is the web. It's in the description as well. It's tradingeconomics.com. Not affiliated. It's just a public place. And I always follow this. I only look at the times and the dates because I just want to know when we can expect some volatility. And today is one of those days. Stupid question, but that's why I always looking your videos. We still on support 6900. Or now we're going there, 6,900. So we are now at 60.900 indeed, right? But we did move below the support box here, which can now act as resistance. So your next, probabilities are high for price to take this low. We touched the 886 as well, taken from this low to the high. So sooner or later, probabilities are higher to take this low, because if this was a wave 1, looking for a wave 2 and a continuation up in a wave 3, 2 new highs above 65k, the 886 that we now touched here is a very rare target for a wave 2, common for a B or X. So any move towards the upside that takes 63.4 has a higher probability of being corrective in a wave C or a wave Y, increasing the probabilities to then move down later and take the low. In other words, probabilities are now high to take the low. And therefore you then also lose 60.9k. And probabilities increase to move at the next area of support, which is between 60k and 59.4. Yeah. What's the so the reason of the dump, there's of course many reasons in that case. People selling, longs being absorbed, some news coming in for some extra volatility. It's always nice. Yeah. Checking in late, and here we go again, 4% down, just another wave. Exactly per kill, just another wave. Right? Non-emotional analysis on the chart. What's the unhealthy market? It's a very healthy market, of course. Even if you go down to much lower prices, it's very healthy to have retracements in big bull markets as well. You really need to lose significant levels. Like if you lose 38.5, that starts to be a problem. So we're still at 61, guys. Look, in the general context, this is still a very small move, but we got to wait for proof of support. When will you be looking for a long? I need to see strength coming in. So as long as price is moving down on increased volume, I have no interest. Let me also put this on my chart now, by the way. So we take it from the low or the high of 2 to the low that we made at the moment. Toggle on the 618. If price can hit this level, we're going to be looking for the highs again. Reason is that it invalidates a wave 4. Because you're going to be looking for a 1, 2, 3, you want to see a 4 and a 5. If price now moves up, hits the 618, you're going to be looking for the highs again. So because the 618 invalidates a wave 4. So interesting. What is the official subscriber number now? Oh, I missed a comment. 1 second. Before the live stream, we were actually at 10,899. We were one away. We are at 10,910. Holy moly. 11K is getting quite close. Yeah. It's incredible. Incredible. In a year and a little bit. It's nuts. Welcome everyone. Good to have you here. So looking for a long. So my plan, actually I should have added my long as well. So my initial thoughts was this here, and I also, oh, that was my mic, also execute. So we had the long already, that was a few days ago here, beginning of the month at 56. Also that one was shared in the setups channel as well as in Diamond. Moving up, short here, right? This one was also shared in the setups channel. Looking for price to move towards this target box. I did take a TP here because of a potential finished A, B, C or 5-wave structure, but yeah, so we didn't hit the box, but it was a just in case when we took this little low here, and the rest is still running. And then I had a long here because there is always the potential for an A, B, C, even though wave C, as mentioned in the morning analysis, and this one today as well, not a great wave 4 here, but it's a just in case hitting the 618. That's why the entry is high. You hit the 618 from this high to this low, stop loss below, looking for a move up. And then to hedge this long, because I wasn't too happy with this range, I was also looking for a short. And the short was after price then takes these highs, because we, as mentioned in the morning update, probabilities were high on the 15 minutes to take the double top because this hit an 886. So take the highs, short, stop loss above, moving per price to move down. Now I'm hedging my long as well. If the long stop loss gets hit, which is very likely, mate, my short is already in more profit than my stop loss is gonna be, right? So manage it well. Stop loss goes into profit, perfectly fine. Take a TP and whatnot, looking for price to move to the box down here. Observe the reaction. It's not that I want to close there per se, but I'm interested in closing if potentially support comes in. If not, I'm just going to look for lower and it might become a bigger swing. Then we have the long here, which is only if I see strength. So I need to see proof of support. Right? So I need to see probabilities locally change to see price move towards the upside. So it's prepped. This is exactly what I shared in Diamond this morning. And this is what I share in Diamond every morning. So every morning in Diamond, I share in the setups update channel, I share what I'm looking for the day. Come on, move it. All right, so one second. Setups Koens, that's personal, and then setups update, that's the morning update every morning. Oh, here is silver. This is in silver, 886 touch here as well. Looking for higher. So yeah, abracadabra, and now we're here. Oh, that's nice. Gotta love trading. So answer that one. Yeah, people are too much into the news. Quite bullish, to be honest. I mean, fundamental trading is definitely a thing, and you can be very successful trading fundamentals. It's just not my style. I've never been into watching news. I never watch news on TV, or I follow news through other sources, but I never watched or read news. It's never been my interest. So naturally, I'm very much gravitating towards technical analysis. I also was a professional gamer for 11 years, and I love the technical puzzle aspect of doing analysis on the chart. So it's just not my vibe. But if you read Market Wizards, the books, links in the description, by the way, great series, you will see that you can be a fundamental analyst, you can be a technical analyst, you can be whatever. You have the experience, you can make it work. So yeah, a question on Fib. I've seen today a video of a trader that has set a few extra Fib lines, 69.75. Price is holding pretty well. On how you set Fibs. I don't use 69 or 75. I pretty much use all the basic Elliott Wave Fibs. I have done data tracking on Fibs. So some Fibs are slightly different. 886, 66, I also have a 146. But Yeah, you don't see those two. Yeah, the 886 of course and the 66 often. The 146 not so often. But I don't use these. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what. I mean, it probably depends on the strategy as well, and then it's just data tracking. Track data on the fibs and see how often price respects these levels, and yeah, it might be interesting. Also that. Can we long? You can long everywhere you want, of course, as long as it fits your plan. Late last week and this week you have had some good action during the stream. Yeah, nice timing. Nice timing. Makes for great conversation. That is correct. Yeah, but it's also, I know, and I did a poll last year somewhere. I did a poll and I asked the community, hey, if there's volatility on the chart, do you want me to be live? Right? I like, and it was like almost 100% voted yes with the poll on the stream. People explaining it might help them to calm down emotionally, potentially manage positions, even though no financial advice. But people enjoy, like, so I'm not a moon boy and I'm not a drama queen. We just observe what price does and we take it as it comes, right? So yeah, I know that potentially there was some volatility to come because of the news here at 4 p.m. So that is why I went live at 4 p.m. Yeah, it's a nice moment to be live and talk through. Sorry about that. Headphone users went. But yeah, it's a good moment to be live, but also explain what happens from an Elliott Wave point of view, and hopefully it helps. Yeah, so I answered that question. 59,600, good level. Bitcoin dominance going down. The alts. Golden pocket after touching the 886. It is quite common to reach the golden pocket after an 886 touch. Preferably, we're then talking about an 886 that is taken from the low of an A to the high of an A, or the low of 1 to the high of 1, because you're looking for a B or 2 in that case. But yeah, it is something that you do tend to see. So in that case, we then have this. Let's see. Let's go to a 30-minute, less noise. Do you think it's gonna go lower? Well, based on the probabilities, at the moment, this looks like an impulsive structure. Only if you hit the 618, probabilities change. Currently at 62.2K, if you hit that level before making another low, we're going to be looking for the highs. Probabilities remain higher for lower prices as long as you don't hit it, which at the moment is the case, of course. So yeah, in that case, probabilities are higher to take the lows before the highs unless you hit the 618. Been here since 3K. Prof Lucky Crypto, what's up, man? Such a diehard. Let's get it, you. Thanks, man. What a ride. What a ride. It's absolutely nuts. Yes, so yesterday I had a barbecue with my friends, right? And so they of course, I know my friends we are in a friend group for over 15 years. They know me through and through, and they've been following this whole journey. And yesterday, earlier this week, we actually hit 1 million views on the channel. I think actually exactly 1 week ago. 1 million total views on the channel, which is insane. And we kind of like reflected on how things started as well. They are also starting, by the way, a business. So we're very much, I've been in business already for a long time. Since 2018, I've had my own businesses, and I'm a trader, and now I like to do YouTube. I'm a global keynote speaker, so I tend to do stuff. I've never had a job after school, that is, and my job during school was being a professional gamer. Before I was a pro gamer, though, I did work in a restaurant. I worked in the Shell, worked in another restaurant. And I was a seller at a given moment as well. So yeah, selling stuff for charities. Yeah, but it's been a wild ride. Thanks, Profit Lucky. it's nice to see the OGs coming in as well. Liquid Mafia also is still here. Like like so amazing to see. Andor Zakani, hi Kunza. Awesome to watch this price action with you as always. DM you in Discord with my username after a mail exchange. So, oh, Andor, can you make sure that if you do give me usernames for the membership, of course, send it by email, because email is my administration pretty much. So that makes life easier for me. So if you can put that in the email as well, that would be perfect. So enjoy the ride, absolutely. Absolutely. And also a pleasure. It's a pleasure to watch it with all of you. Hi, Kun and chat. Been through the first 3 lessons on the gold course. On the 4th, my brain melted with the zigzags. ABC 535. Common target is the 1 to the 1.236. Rare target the 0.618. And also quite common is the 1.618. Extension target. Of course, the 5 wave, the A and the C, need to respect the impulsive rules, and wave B can be any corrective structure, usually retracing to the 382 to the 886. But yeah, Thiago Santos, my friend, it's a lot of information, I can imagine, but that's also Elliott Waves. And now, of course, I am also... So the content in gold that's Elliott Wave course, by the way. That's all my Elliott Wave knowledge in there. So the current course has live streams, and then I, for example, have a live stream where I cover all the 3 different impulses, and then a live stream doing all the 3 flats. But of course, they become a bit lengthy. Now, it's very easy to finish the gold course in a month. By far, it's very, very easy to do it. Because it's, I don't know, how much is it? Maybe 12 hours or something. It's not even a video a day. But I'm now creating new content, which is the Elliott Waves short and concise course, I suppose, in gold, where each video is only one scenario, only one structure, and it's short, concise, to the point, like pum pum pum. That's like, this is a zigzag, that. I still have to make the zigzag video, but I've done the 3 impulses and I've done the contracting diagonals, and it's pretty much one video a day at the moment, if I can. So yeah, it's good. I also like to keep it short and to the point. It also makes it easier for people that follow it to consume it, even though the live streams will give a bit more chatty and more rounded. All the facts and everything you need to know is in the short video. Roy Melendrez. I mean, Mark says I'm AI, so we'll never know. But if Mark says I'm AI, he is also AI, because we met. We met in our virtual AI world, I suppose, having AI drinks together. But cheers, Roy Melendrez. How did you do that? Opening 2 separated shorts at the same time? It's on the same account or using 2 different accounts? And it's possible. You can use only one account, but you need to go to standard futures, where you have separate positions. Yeah. It should be an option in your trading platforms. I use BingX, right? That's my platform of choice already for a very long time. Link in the description, by the way, if you want to support the channel as well. It's of course an affiliate link, and it provides small commissions. 0.02%, no, 0.025% goes to the creator in the fees that are paid. It's very small. You need a lot of volume before anything, but everything helps. So thank you. Or you can just Google BingX and not support. But yeah, just go to your trading platform of choice, and then standard futures is where you want to go. You can always make multiple accounts, but that gets messy. You have to log in and log out all the time. Danny, that would be for an altcoin stream, though. Didn't we do ICP? Wait. Did we do ICP the first time? Wait, I removed that one from my sheet. I actually have no idea. I think we may have done ICP in the first altcoin stream. Let's have a look. It's in the... I put the timestamps down. Grandma enjoying her tea. Nope. Because I'm not doing altcoins in these live streams. So that's specific for the altcoin streams, which is the first Sunday of the month. I don't think we did ICP here, did we? Oh, we did. Yeah, okay. 255.50. So if you go there, if you go to the home page, scroll down, altcoin Elliott Wave playlist. And then the most recent video. That's the one that you're looking for. It is high time frame though. It is high time frame because I want to do many different alts, so I don't tend to go to a 50-minute time frame. You know, but it's daily, weekly, maybe 4 hour. I don't know exactly what I did there, but yeah. Gold, MT. That's gold, and currently, pretty much every day, the short and concise new content comes out, as long as I can make it. So tomorrow, probably I can make the one about expanding diagonals. Sunday, probably not because it's Mother's Day. We were... What a drop on Bitcoin. Let's let this here. Adding some oil to the fire, you know? Danny, is it normal that it hurts when you get liquidated? Yes. And so with the question, should I sell? And we sometimes have this on the live stream as well, is there is nothing that I can say which will make you feel better. If you sell now, you accept a heavy loss. If you don't sell, the loss might be very heavy and you might get liquidated, and maybe with a bit of luck, you might get out at break even, but that's the problem. The problem is not the position itself. The mistake is made before entering that position. That's the mistake. Because you entered without a plan, without a stop loss, right? And that has led to this consequence. So from my experience, and this has happened to me in the past as well, but and very, very tough on psychology. You know, am I going to quit? Am I going to accept a loss or not? Every tick that moves towards your break even, you get hopeful it might get there. Every tick that goes against and gets closer to your liquidation, you're fearful. Like you're shitting yourself. So eventually by the way, I don't get in these scenarios anymore because I'm very strict in my management. But because I learn from my mistakes. But eventually for me, it's just get out, get over it, accept the loss, take the L, learn from the mistake, make a plan, have a stop loss, have a target, calculate your risk based on your stop loss. Don't look at the profit you're going to make. Look at the loss that you're going to have. And it might become a profit. But look at what you're going to lose with your trade, not what you're going to win with your trade. Right? You need to accept the loss. It's risk management. A great quote from the book Best Loser Wins from Tom Hougaard is that people are hopeful when they should be fearful, and they're fearful when they should be hopeful. Which basically means, when he's talking about it, is in the book, if people enter a position and they're in a loss, they get hopeful that price comes back to entry. So they might add more to their position to lower the entry. So hopefully price then makes it to break even. So they add to a losing position just to try to get the entry level closer to price and get out at break even quicker. They hope that's going to happen. Instead, they should be fearful, right? Not adding to losing positions, accepting the loss, having a stop loss, like those type of things, right? Same time that, simultaneously, if you're in a winning trade and price is moving in your favor, people get fearful of losing paper profit instead of hopeful that price continues. So they might close early. They're going to take a much quicker TP than they have planned for. Price starts to retrace a little bit. They're going to exit a position only to then see that price continues after the retracement, and they're not in it anymore. So now they have to add again later. They FOMO-ing, right? Everything that I just spoke about is psychology. Right. 1 second. Yeah, there we go again, chat. By far the best book that you're going to read about trading psychology. Forget Trading in the Zone, right? Old school shit. Mental Game of Trading, Jared Tendler, right? Much better. Creates a system for solving problems and greed with fear, or a system for solving problems with greed, fear, anger, confidence, and discipline, and a lot more. And a lot more. Now, I've used this book as well in the past, as you can see, right? Still sometimes go through it as well. It's a very interesting book, and I love psychology, by the way, as well. Link in the description, by the way, as well as Trading in the Zone. But hey, if you have an option, just buy the Mental Game of Trading, honestly. And create a plan. And creating a plan is 6 steps. Step 1, try as many free tools as you can in TradingView. Build experience. Step 2, find your favorite tools and build statistics. Step 3, combine some of your favorite tools, build more statistics. Step 4, tweaking and adjusting. Add a tool, remove a tool, build more statistics. Step 5, start trading your strategy, right? The combination of your tools is now a strategy, of course. Start trading it with a low amount of money, work on your trading psychology. Step 6 is you increase your portfolio size slowly, because you have to get used to bigger losses and not bigger wins, because that's easy. Unfortunately, this is everything that I can say. It's not going to help you or make you happier, but hopefully it makes it in a way more acceptable that I have been in your boat, as probably many people in chat have been. And you got to learn that lesson, man. Got to learn that lesson. Cheers, Samuel. I voted for that poll. I was here first live and I'm very happy. Cheers, Adi Baronke. Man, long time ago. Look at you go. You've been here for ages. Thanks, Adi. Same to you, man. Hiob, welcome. Good to have you here. You're the king of Elliott Waves. Thanks, Olivier. I'm happy you enjoy the content. Charles, how you doing? Could it be a way for triple zigzag is very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails. So I would already answer this no, because of the triple zigzag here on a daily time frame. With regards to the daily time frame, it's a higher probability if you do take the low for a WXY, which has it's covered in the analysis over here as well as an ABC, by the way. So before moving into triple zigzag territory, first think about ABCs, either a zigzag or flats, or potentially WXYs, because a triple zigzag is very rare, more so on the higher time frames. And never preferred unless all the other structures fail. I use fib resistance, fan with Elliott Waves. That's good, yeah, you can use fibs. I mean, Fibonacci and Elliott Waves is pretty much goes hand in hand, I suppose. Pleasure, Thiago. Pleasure. I enjoy making them as well. It's a 382, the retracement level of this current wave before a further move down. This over here hit the 05. Oh, wait, you're probably talking about this here. Let me have a look. Where did it retrace to? Oh, the 236. Shallow retracement. It didn't hit the 618 though, so we're just going to look for lower again. And also this range, it's not long enough for a 4 at the moment. So we're just going to continue to observe. Possibly. Unless it's an A, B, C in a flat structure, then it could be longer. Because you have price moving up, retracement, took the low, took the high. There's the potential for a flat, but then your 1, 2, 3, 4 move down in a 5. You definitely want to see volume slow down though. So if you make a new low and move into support, the volume should go down, you know, significantly compared to the impulse down. Yeah. Jeremy Vasquez, how you doing? Good morning, man. always, Jeremy makes me think of that show with the airplane. What is it? The Netflix show. What was it again? Netflix airplane. Airplane missing. What was that one? Not MH370. I always forget that series. Man, Manifest. Yeah, there's also a Vasquez in there. You write it a little bit different, but we met in a metaverse cafe. Exactly. What an exciting hour. It has been. Yeah. Which, yeah. So that would be gold empty. Absolutely improbable. I was watching the old gold course. Do you recommend to watch the new ones? Both. Start with the old stuff because it's still everything is in there, right? It's not that the information is different. The live streams cover more than one scenario in one stream, and all the timestamps are in there, so you can very quickly just find what you need. And the videos I make now is just very to the point, short and concise, where all the information is in a 5-10 minute video. So of course in live streams I tend to talk a bit more, but in the short videos it's everything you need to know in there. Yeah. But I very much recommend both. Yeah. Slow learner. That's okay. There's no problem with that. Alessia, welcome, by the way. Some people will go through it very quickly, others slow, but most commonly people are in gold for a month. They learn the Elliott Wave theory there and then go into implementation and tend to go to either silver or diamond after or quit. Yeah. Short from 62.7, got distracted by group chat, turned long. Lost 500. Shit, KB Seed. The influence of others, group chats online and anywhere. Yeah, it's a good lesson though. At the same time, right? It's a $500 lesson. It's like tuition fee, I suppose. It's not great, it hurts. But now at least you know if you have a plan, stick to your plan. Don't listen to the noise. People always have opinions. Always have opinions. News actually are very beneficial fundamentally to know the bias of all markets. I mean, dovish. Maybe still look for a new all-time high. Just at points to yeah. Fundamentals can be very interesting and very important. Depending on the analyst, they might also use fundamentals. It's not necessary though, but you can if you want to. Yeah. I expect price to rebalance. Yeah, let's see what happens here. I don't really use speed fan too much. If I do use it, I use the 786, the 886, and the golden pocket from the low to the high. So yeah, currently you have the 786. These are the only ones I use from a speed fan perspective. Golden pocket 7.5. Lol. Why is it 7.5? I thought I changed it to 7.86. Huh. Interesting. Oh well, it's 7.5. So yeah, we are at the 7.5. No. What's your opinion on WXY? Not allowed. Not allowed. From Elliott Waves, from the official Elliott Wave sources, into Elliott Wave International, the founder of Elliott Waves. If you see a WXY and a WXY, the Elliott Wave trader is apparently not experienced, or they don't know the rules, which is quite a thing on YouTube. So yeah, you can't. A WXY can only exist of simple structures. Wave W can only be a flat or zigzag, and Y can only be a flat, zigzag, or a triangle. Zigzag is most common. And if wave W is a zigzag, wave Y cannot be a zigzag, can only be a flat or a triangle. A triangle in wave Y is least common. Wave X can be any corrective structure. So if you see a WXY somewhere in a WXY, you can continue clicking to another video probably. So yeah. Yeah, opinions. right? They have been talking about it, but there is no, I have never seen it. Like, I have always been able to count ABCs and other structures, and it's not a rule as well. It's not allowed. And that's yeah. So I would recommend to very much stay with the foundation of Elliott Waves and the official rules, which say to not do it. And also, it makes you think about the correct structures a lot more, because you can label, I don't really know what's going on, let's just put a WXY on it. But it challenges you to analyze the chart better and get better as well. So yeah, this is not allowed. Not allowed. 886, that's correct. Yeah. Have you considered connecting an exchange to trading for you? Have you ever thought? No, actually not, by the way. Have you ever thought about setting up copy trading with your followers? I haven't. And the main reason for that is that I don't want to be responsible for other people's money. And when you're copy trading, you kind of are. So, you know, whenever I enter a position, hundreds of other people will enter that position because I click the button. So I click for them pretty much, which I don't like. It's not. Yeah. I like to trade my stuff, let's say, right? And I like to share a setup or two and talk about why this might be an entry. And, you know, in diamonds, I pretty much post everything, but I'm not responsible for clicking buttons. Yeah. Samuel started reading the book. That's good to hear. It's a great book. It's such a good piece of content. I don't know how much it is, $20 or something, but it's a very good book. Sure, been there, haven't we all? Yeah. We all go through it, man. Yeah. One can say unfortunately, but at the same time, I actually think it is good that you encounter a situation where you have a big loss or you fucked up, because that is where you learn, right? You probably every trader that eventually becomes profitable has that moment. Probably. Do you see the 56K top? I guess you mean bottom, right? Oh, 65. It's a typo. Okay. Do you see the 56K, so 65K top from May 6 as the start of a wave 1? So actually what I need to know is if you mean wave 1 from 56 to 65 or wave 1 from 65 to 60. But it's pretty much covered in the analysis. So at the moment, and it remains, unless we have no proof of support whatsoever locally, probabilities would be higher to take the high before the low. This could be counted a wave 1, 2, and then a 3 up, but also an ABC up, which is your scenario where you still look for the lows later. ABC up, moving towards that 70K area, reject, take the lows at 56K, stop out the early longers, and then continue up. Yeah. Yeah. Like peanut butter and jelly. 6 steps to improve your trading skills. Yeah. Step by step by step by step. Manifest, yeah. Yeah, I love that show. We watched everything. Now we're watching Dexter on Netflix. Netflix is great. Or Netflix. Dexter is great. 1-2 up FIP from top on from today high. Not sure if you mean from the high to the low to here, and then the 1-to-1 is lower, no? Yeah, much lower. I'm not sure which pool that is, Vasil. I was a pro in Trackmania for 11 years. It was my side gig pretty much. So raise your hand if you know Trackmania, press 1 in chat. If you look for, so Koens, right? People see Koens Trading, they're like, oh, it must be trading channel. But actually it's my brand from the past as a professional. You'll find lots of content online. Okay, some more confluence there. 58.2, 58.5. Yeah, the daily is here as well. Looking for a long if there is a proof of support, which at the moment we have a little bit of a break, but I'm very patient. I have my strategy, I have my plan, and I of course recommend everyone to have their strategy and their plan. So therefore, these questions are questions you have to answer yourself with your plan and your strategy, which I explained the 6 steps earlier in the live stream. Most people, unfortunately, don't even want to start with step number 2, which is tracking data, because it's boring, you're not actually trading, you're collecting statistics, it's tiring. But if you want to have a high probability of being a profitable, consistently profitable trader, follow those 6 steps. Try as many free tools as you can, build statistics on your favorite tools, combine some of your favorite tools, build more statistics, tweak and adjust, build more statistics, start trading it with a low amount of money, work on trading psychology, increase your portfolio size. Those 6 steps. And then you'll never ask these questions again because you actually know what you're looking for. Cheers, Jeremy. Any altcoin stream nearby? First Sunday of the month. Only if... So maybe I have to do another voting. How many people are here? 300 and... Oh, no, wait. It was 300, but now that price has settled, we are moving down again. 220. So I'm considering to do an altcoin stream twice a month instead of once a month. And potentially even once a week. But that is only if, depends on how the streams go, right? Obviously, like who's there. And so I might have to do a poll or something. Where in France are you moving to? The area of Nice, Beausoleil, Nice, Monaco area. Have you seen more crypto? Yeah, you bet your ass I know him. Which is the part of the reason why I made the channel. Because look, I'm 100% sure that Ben is a great guy in real life, and he's worked incredibly hard. If you see 200k subs, it's amazing. It's a great example of how dedication can get you somewhere. The problem is that I know Elliott Waves incredibly well, and every rule and every guideline. Unfortunately, watching his content back in the day sometimes very much annoyed me, because usually at least once in a video there's a rule or a guideline that is not respected. It's just not correct. And an average viewer that doesn't know Elliott Waves will not see it because they don't know. They don't know Elliott Waves that well to realize what's happening. But I do. So I also upload 3 times a day with Bitcoin, but I stick to the rules. And that was the goal of the channel, to focus on the asset Bitcoin, upload 3 times a day, right? And make sure to stick to the rules and educate people on the rules, on the fibs, on the fib times, on the guidelines, so that hopefully they learn from the correct source and not from sources online that don't use the rules and the guidelines as they should be. So, yeah. Most of the time when I receive a screenshot in some chat, I quite quickly know where it comes from. Every video generally has one part that's not according to the rules or the guidelines in Elliott Waves. And yeah, there's only 2 other Elliott Wave channels that I think are worthwhile. The rest is just not worthwhile. It's a very big thing, of course, on YouTube. There's only 2 other channels that I think respect the rules and the guidelines. All the other channels are not interesting. At the moment, I have not found any other that is worthwhile. So, and MCO is not in those 2, unfortunately. But I bet if I see him, I'd love to have a drink and talk trading, talk YouTube. because I'm pretty, you know, I bet he's an amazing guy in some way, but it's just that I think his success became his quality downfall, where he uploads so many videos and it all became so big, but it's mainly so many videos that he can't put enough time in analyzing the chart. And the quantity is up, but the quality is down. And that has an impact on people like myself, where I know the theory, I can't watch it. You know. Cheers, Olivier. Yeah, Dexter is good, eh? We're still at season 1, like one of the final episodes now. You think Ferrari can win in Imola next weekend? I heard Ferrari, talk about something seriously. I heard Ferrari is going to come with a package in Imola. They usually have a package ready only for Imola or only for the Temple of Speed, just because they want to win in Italy. So I hope they have a great car. Yeah. Do you think? Probably not, but I hope. I think Red Bull and McLaren are very strong. It is a track with low speed corners, while McLaren is better in the high speed generally, but McLaren did very well in Miami. So I wouldn't, and especially Sector 1 had a lot of high speed corners. So I think McLaren might struggle a bit more than in Miami, but Red Bull in generally is the one to beat, and Ferrari has been not on the same pace. When to take a trade? Question has already been answered earlier. Make a plan, my friend. I have it installed twice once a week. Do you have a list of your statistics? I have all statistics. Yeah, I always track statistics. So I keep track of what I do. But the stats that I share in Diamond are related to my second strat, which is the like day trading strat, I suppose. Yeah. Rightly said, working on psychology. Way to go. Love from the Netherlands, man. What's up, Empower Humanity? Bulls wrecked. That's true. Larry, I think most trades give up at first year. Yeah, many fail 2-3 years. Most succeed both 5. Yeah. Trading takes time. If you are in your first year, your second year, your third year, and you didn't make it work, you do not worry. Keep grinding. Just keep in the game. Keep in the game. Stay in the game, right? Because becoming a profitable trader can easily take, what, like Lowry says, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, till it clicks. But hopefully you don't lose too much in those years, right? Trade with low amounts of money till you find a system or a way of trading that really works for you. And then you can, that's also based on my 6 steps, right? Only step 6 is increasing the money. Step 1 to 4 is not even trading. Step 5 is where trading starts. Now you can trade for the fun and giggles and stuff. But even if you have a 50 or $100 in an account, don't just waste it and go 100x YOLO. No financial advice, you do you. And then blow the account, put in another 100, because then you could have just put 200 in and blow it time after time, you know. Is the possibility that the most bearish is started? Yeah, there's always a probability. As long as we don't see solid proof of support, we're going to be looking for lower. So as long as price keeps moving down on increased volume, at the moment volume is moving down a bit. Of course, the weekend is coming up as well. It's now 6 p.m. Central European time, so the market is open for another 4 hours. But, oh, yeah, I answered this question. So MCO is absolutely not relevant. There are only 2 hours. Cheers, GM Munsayak. Cheers, cheers. Abed Jackie. Thank you, welcome. I'm not saying, so it's the rules and the guidelines that are incorrect. Because, of course, there's always a scenario on the chart that will follow his line. But there's always a rule or a guideline in one video that is not respected, which for me is very difficult to watch. Having probabilities added to it would also be nice, but that's not what many do. Is Elliott Wave material in the diamond subscription videos or theories? Elliott Wave material is in gold. It's in gold, not in diamond. So the Elliott Wave course and information is in the gold membership. And there it is, videos. It's videos. Is it did it get filled? Yes. Is that why we are falling? Maybe. I don't know. I like that one. No, of course not. But yeah, part of the game. Part of the game. He even counts every single hagelslag that goes on his bread. Yeah, I haven't eaten hagelslag since the beginning of the year. How about that, eh? Healthy. I had eggs for lunch today, and I have like peanut butter. I have sunflower nut butter or whatever that is. Almond butter. Hummus. Carrots. Salad, rice, quinoa, little small tomatoes, like, yeah. Healthy stuff. Daddy Wilcoons. Well, nice reaction on the sweep. Yeah, took the lows now. Took the lows. Good luck on your trade, Antang Nguyen. Nguyen. I'll just say Nguyen, but good luck on the trade. Good luck on the trade. Youssef, bro, after taking the low now, do you see it enough range to start? Yeah, I mean, anywhere price can range, but I would like to give price some time as always. So support area down here hasn't been hit. This is also where the golden pocket is. Would be nice to at least test it. Quite rare for price to finish just above a golden pocket, but you never know. Just waiting for price to range. So now that we move down, let's have a look. Quite a nice little wick here. Can I do that? Is that 1, 2, 3, 4? Then away 5. Didn't fill the gap yet. And we also nope, no. Where is it? Nope. Yeah. So we almost touched the golden pocket, but we're not there just yet. What membership do we get your red phone hotline? None of them. I mean, if I had a red phone, then maybe, but no, like the moment you have a hotline, or I mean, I'll be calling the whole day. I can't spend time on stuff that all the other things. Imagine marathon kind of food. Yeah, I guess like healthy food. Yeah, of course I'm a runner as well. Sudden dump, any reason? Selling, absorption of market long, some news helping as well. So it's a combination of, as always. Yeah. Am I right to think this is an impulse wave down on the 15? That is correct. At the moment, the probabilities would be higher for an impulsive structure down. Yeah, looking for a finished 5-wave structure. Potentially an ABC, of course, in that case. If you do look now, what is interesting is the trend-based subextension from the high to the low here to the high here gives you a very low C target though. That would be a 786 touch, because the 786 is down here below the box. We currently hit the 0.618. But at the same time, what I also have in mind is your wave B here, in this instance in bullish scenarios, your wave B here is shorter in time than the 382, which is not common. So, yeah. Some interesting PA. I'm glad we have Koens. Happy to be here. I'm glad you guys are here. It won't stop dropping. I mean, at the moment, solid wick, grab the lows. We'll see, but yeah, again, give it some time. Throw his mods on Totoshis and he'll get you his number. Also sell dirty magazines. Yeah, the only one from YouTube that has my number is Mark. Yep. Do you have pets? No. However, we are looking to get a dog. So we're going to move to the south of France later this year, and after we move and we actually are settled in the south of France, we're going to look for a dog, probably golden retriever, kind of. I wanted to say brand, but how do you call it? It's not the golden retriever brand. You know what I mean. Breed. Thanks, Tangerine. Thank you. So yeah, yo, cheers, Big K, Alan, Pedigree, everyone coming in. Cheers, chat. Thanks. Yeah. So Craig Jenks. So yeah, that's what we're gonna look for. What's up, Yusuf? How you doing? Welcome, Marco. Welcome here. Don't have your number. Now, Mark O doesn't, but Mark has. /Wave. What's up, maybe a Band-Aid? How you doing? Good to have you here. Nice and Cannes are nice places. Yeah, we're going to go to the area of Nice, Beausoleil, Monaco, that side. Yeah. Serica, considering the coming weekend, what scenario do you think might be best? Considering with the weekend coming, look, the probabilities haven't changed really, unless you really start to lose more support. So ABC and 65k before 56 would be the highest probabilities, unless price continues moving down on increased volume. The longer price is going to range here, the more bullish it becomes. So you got to give it some time. It surely appears that the understanding of Elliott Wave reduces risk and puts probabilities in one's favor. Cheers, Brendan. Always welcome. Always Brendan. Always Brendan. Yeah, always Brendan. Always welcome to join. And like, having a good idea and a good grasp of Elliott Waves definitely will 100% have an impact on your trading positively. It might not be your way to go strategy, but you can use the information in combination with your already existing trading. So it just adds extra probabilities to what you're doing. Yeah. Of course, we have the potential for a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 here. So the 618 actually is now less relevant as an invalidation for a 3-wave structure, just because we may have a finished 5-waver. So I will have to remove it, because only when you have a 1, 2, 3 and you move back up and hit the 618 do probabilities increase for an ABC and take the highs using the 618 level. Now that price on the 5-minute, 1, 2, potentially here, a flat and a 4 and a 5, I can't use that anymore. Oh, by the way, I can of course remove this here. Oop. Obliterated. How's the weather in France? Better than in the Netherlands. It's more sunny days on average in a year's time. Winters are milder, less rainy, that's for sure. They are hairy, yeah. They are. So I grew up with dogs, though. In my family, everyone had dogs. My grandma had 2 dogs. My aunt had 2 dogs. My uncle had 1 dog. My parents had 2 dogs. And they were all big dogs. So, yeah, I grew up with bigger dogs. The hair more. My mom always like vacuum cleaning. How much more dump do you raid? Just waiting for a range. We have some extra support down here. We got a solid wick below the low and price moving up. So yeah, look, I'm a very patient trader. When price moves down on volume, I always just wait for a range to form. Will give me the most information. I'm never a trader that catches the high nor catches the low except for here, by the way, because that was a nice catch. So, but that was a plan. It was pre-planned. So, yeah. We'll see. Potential is for a finished 5 waiver, or this is still part of a 4 and then 5. The support box here hasn't yet been touched. So it would be interesting to see it touched, to be honest. Jeremy, just saw your hedge setup and had the same plan. Short at 63, TP at 65 for an intraday, and will possibly long at 59.5. Yeah, man, there you go. So yeah, this was I literally shared this in Diamond this morning. I always share what I look for in the morning and explain a little bit why. We had a long from 56, short from 64, long here, which got stopped now, but it was for the potential of an ABC down. And we hit the 618. I just spoke about the 618. So I pulled it from here to here. 618 touch. That's the entry. Stop loss below, potentially looking up. But to hedge that position, and because I wasn't too happy with the wave 4 in C, and the double wave 4 was better for potential ABC, I was looking for a short. When price took the highs here, which happened soon after the morning update, stop loss above the white box, if that gets triggered, so if price would continue up and moves above this box, probabilities are much higher to continue. That's why I have the long covering the short. If price moves down, touches a stop loss of the short, the long, my short covers by far more, and profit the long. And then potentially, if we see proof of strength, I'm interested in another long again. But that depends on the reaction. So yeah, sure. What a day! Can't complain. Hey, we have NA. Welcome, man. Upgraded. Yo, didn't take a lot of time. Welcome to the Diamond team. What's up, NA? Send me an email again. Right? Go koenztrading@outlook.com. I'll make sure to get you sorted. Of course, I already have your details from your recent email, I believe, but it's always good to remind me, just so that the email is almost like my notification of, yo, Koen, I'm in Diamond now. So, yo, NA, cheers. Welcome to the club. It's a great group, but make sure you start with the FAQ though, because there's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of info, and it's good to start with the FAQ. And if you have questions, you just write me or tag me in the group in Diamond. But after the live stream later today, I'll make sure to sort you out. But welcome, man. Yeah, Mark knows. Cheers. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, welcome to the team. It's a great squad. South of France. You're going to live in a traditional farmhouse. We're going to start with a... so how we're going to do this is we sell this house, we move into an Airbnb for at least a month, hopefully shorter, but we book it for a month. And in that month, we're going to do lots of sightseeings for apartments. We want to start in an apartment, and preferably apartment with a nice amount of view, enough rooms, or not a nice amount of view, a nice view, enough rooms, all that stuff. Just what we need for the two of us. Nice place, great view, and we're going to rent it, not buy it, because we want to first test the lifestyle, right? I know the area. My mom is French. We always went there on holiday as well. So I'm familiar with the area, but not to live there, only for holiday. So we're going to test the lifestyle for a year, rent for a year, and if it's nice, we're going to buy. And I don't know, probably not a farmhouse. I'm pretty sure not a farmhouse. Probably more. We're more into like modern villa houses, I suppose. Yeah, we tend to have golden retrievers, one of the smarter breeds, and super friendly. Always advise female dogs. Yeah, I have to read about female male. My parents had males, both of them. My uncle had a male. My aunt, I'm not sure. My grandma neither. Yeah, got to read about that. But thanks for the advice. I'll take it into account. Should get a short hair breed. Yeah. Less vacuum cleaning. Atta, what's up? How you doing? Turkmenistan. Where are you from? The Netherlands. Good to have you here, man. So we have an expanding diagonal as wave 2. That is very rare, never preferred unless everything else fails. So Expanding diagonal is not what I'm looking for at the moment. Is there good jobs in the Netherlands? Yes. Netherlands is a rich country. Curious about your age, 31 years old. Now Ashley has her own dog. Now? You mean like me? Youssef, she just came back from Amsterdam, by the way. She just arrived. Youssef, how strict is the rule of wave C being at least 1-to-1 of A? Can you please tell again what are the wave C targets? So the common target is the 1-to-1 to the 1.236. A, B, C. Right? Take it from the low of A to the high of A to the low of your B. Common target area is the 1 to the 1.236. Still common is the 1.618 actually. 0.618 is very rare for a wave C. It's very uncommon for C to hit the 0.618. So, yeah. Oh, where's chat? There's chat. Welcome again, NA. Send me an email, mate. Welcome to the club. Get a real dog like a Ridgeback. I know the Ridgeback. My friend has a Labrador mixed with a Ridgeback, by the way. Beautiful black dog. It's called Hope. We just touched the new 382 for a wave 4. I mean, this was a 236 touch earlier. Another 382. So from this high to the low, it was a 236 touch. Right. And now we almost touched a 382. Yeah, give it some time. There is a question. Let's say we do hit 100 to 150k, reasonable retrace. I'm thinking low 70s. If you top at 100 to 150, I would look for around 50k. Yeah. Because the bear markets are becoming deeper in fib levels on a logarithmic chart, and the highs become shallower. So the first bear market hit the 236, the second the 382, the third, the most recent one, almost hit the 05. So following that trend, we can expect the 05 to be hit to maybe even a golden pocket, which would get you around 50k. Yeah. If you would top at this level, or even 40. Trying to game out the next upper level support levels. Yeah, I got support here. That's it pretty much. There was news, correct. Dogs are great. They make a family complete. It's nice to have a little, I mean, I like big dogs, but it's nice to have a furry friend. Oops, that was the water in the bottle. Now that wave 5 of this move already potentially finished, are we looking for a corrective or an impulsive based on the bigger structure? Well, the weekend is coming up, and generally the weekend is a very ranging structure. The speed when like the speed with which it came down earlier, right, has significantly been reduced. That's what you like to see also going into the weekend in order to be bullish, right? You don't want the high volume to continue. So I would still like to hit support though, to be honest. Fill the wick maybe, hit the support, see what price does here, and yeah. So, but are we looking for corrective structure and impulsive? I mean, based on what we were looking for, potential ABC would be an impulse, preferably still going a bit lower. Now that price took this low, we can't be looking for a flat in the B. So we have, where is it? So this one here. Boop. If we're looking for a wave A, B, C, your wave B is then a flat A, B, C. Very low probabilities for a flat B in a bigger flat. So that's not preferred if you still look for B highs, which means we need a WXY in an A here. Then we need to look for a B, C, then down, and then up. Then this is your B, this is your C. That will take some time though. If your wave B is in, however, after a WXY, which I'm not too big of a fan of the latest ABC, but if you're finished with the WXY here at the high and you're looking for A, B and a sharp C, then your common target would be at the daily at 58.2. So for a wave C. Keep grinding. Nice, Jeremy. And also patience helps. Patience helps. You don't have to trade every bit of price action. Just have a plan, trade the plan, you know. Are you open to opportunities? Always open to opportunities depending on what they are. Turkmenistan brothers are there you go. It's a small world. Prof Lucky Crypto. Yo brother, just want to clarify, where was the ABC you meant could lead back to 63? Oh, in a 535, I mean you took the low. So a zigzag up is invalidated because you took the low. You can't have an ABC with price taking that low for a zigzag in wave B to 63. So that's why the scenario I just explained, A and then a B, but your B then needs to be 5 correction, 5 hit support and then move up. That's then your bigger B, I suppose. From Hong Kong, welcome Ivan. Why is the price scale always blurry? I don't know. It's sharp for me, at least. Of course, the content, because I cut off the top of my browser and the bottom of my screen with the Windows apps, it is maybe a bit stretched, but it shouldn't be too blurry, though. Assyrian war dog. Holy moly. Yeah, what kind of dog you have? Yeah, I got a war dog, a Syrian war dog. Sounds sick. Those dogs are huge. I like birds as pets. Yeah, it's whatever people prefer as well. Bird can be very nice. Yesterday, a friend of mine during the barbecue was talking about maybe getting a cavia. What's that in English? 1 second, I need to translate that. I don't know. What's a cavia? A guinea pig. If you want a dog the size of a cat, get a cat. A dog should be big and fun, and you don't need to check the sofa where you sit down as you might crush it. And a dog says hi, a cat just comes for the food. Why the crash? Selling, absorption of market short, market longs, and a bit of news as well. That's a nice recipe. 111 likes hit on the stream. Holy moly. 111? That is true. 111. Beautiful number, no? Also, thanks for your support, everyone. 10,916 subscribers. It's absolutely nuts. So we're getting close to the 11K. Moving away from the 10, going into the 11. Yo. GBZ, can a fifth wave in a 5, correctional, impulse to the downside, develop in a 3-wave move? Only if it's a diagonal. So if you have an ending diagonal in a 5, so you have a wave 1, 2, you have a wave 3, 4, and then you have a 5, an ending diagonal always needs 3-wave structure. So you have a 3-wave 1, 3-wave 2, 3 waves in 3, in 4, and in 5, ending your bigger 5. Beautiful 5. So yes, wave 5 can be a 3-waver, but then you need the whole of 5 to be a diagonal in 3 waves. All of the waves need to be 3 waves. On a higher time frame, like the idea of a lightning diagonal in an A wave. Now probably an A B wave now also. A double 3 WXY is the first part of the correction. 1 out of 2 was indeed. Yeah. Nice analysis, Jeremy. I like what I'm reading. Yeah, I agree. That's very good. So it just depends on local support here now as well. And a running flat remains a very rare corrective structure. But as long as we don't see solid local strength, we just look for price to move down. So, yeah. Barbie, only short this crap, massive dump. Everyone stick to your plans. Polar Bearman, good morning, afternoon, and evening. I see a lot of spoof orders holding us up, Emo. Using the DOM and the order flow there, yeah. Or the heat map, or interesting tool as well. What to think from where Bitcoin can move higher? Either the blue box here or the daily down here. Losing the daily, and I'll look for the lows pretty much. Adjust the YouTube settings to HD. Yeah, also helps. Caucasian Shepherd dog breed, Russian prison dog. Oh, it became a pet stream now. Can you cover Pendle? The altcoin stream is the first Sunday of the month. Arguably gonna do twice a month. At least that's the consideration. We'll get there, yeah. Matter of time. From Afghanistan, welcome Uman Khan. Good to have you here from Afghanistan. Welcome from the Netherlands. Good to have you here. Pleasure, JBZ. Thing is, after you explain not having a WXY with things like, not sure if a double 3 would be. Yeah, so I do have a double 3, but then you have a running flat in X. So I'll show the double 3 I have. Which one was it? And a running flat is very rare, never preferred, unless all of these scenarios fail, which basically means taking this low, which is the invalidation for all of the others. So regular flat in W, expanding or running flat in X, and then a zigzag in a wave Y for an ABC. But a running flat in X is very rare. However, as long as you don't see strong local support, you're going to be looking for price to move down, of course. In that case, your wave A and possibly B is already finished. So if the weekend hits and you're still ranging here, that would be more bullish if price can hold it, at least. It's just not the highest probability because of a running flat in X. And the running flat is rare. Oh. I got a cat that's a size of a dog. Other way around. Cheers, Yusuf. Why the dump? People selling, market longs being absorbed by limit shorts and news. What website do you find best for news? I mean, I don't care about the news. I only want to know the time and the date, and this website is great. So put it. It's called tradeeconomics.com. Link is in the description. Public. I look at the date. I look at the time. I never look at what it is because it's not interesting. So I just want to know when potential volatility comes in, which today was right after 4 p.m. So altcoin stream, first Sunday of the month, or maybe twice a month. What time frame for hitting 65k? 1 hour, 4 hour, daily, unless you take the low and there's no local support. So that's why it's interesting to keep an eye on the local price action. 211k subs. Yeah, I mean it's slowly getting there. Cheers, Youssef. Good to have you here today. Getting excited. Yeah, and even if it hits the box, it's patience. Volume is moving down now, though. Slowly. And then we have the daily below if we lose the box. Is never preferred. Your catchphrase is just probabilities. It's all probabilities. A running flat, expanding triangle, expanding diagonal. Those are the scenarios that are never preferred unless all of the other stuff fails. Those are the only three. Yo, have a good night, Rostam, in Kuala Lumpur. Enjoy the weekend. What news? I don't know. This, but I don't know what it is. Michigan consumer sentiment prel. Yeah. I don't know what it means though, but that is that is what happened. Go Bitcoin bulls. I know it got stopped out of my shorts this morning while I was asleep. Yeah, that happens. Oh, it's such a pain, man. When you wake up, you get stopped and price moved into the right direction. What's also very annoying is if you have a position, a limit order set, and it gets missed by a few dollars and then price moves. Yeah. The annoyances of trading. No. It doesn't have 40 pages. No. Used Tangerine. The link is in the description. I know it's an affiliate link, but yeah. So I don't even know how much commission you get because no one ever yet bought something through the link. At least not as I see on Amazon. But this one has 310 pages of content, and then the end notes start. So. And it's still 312, then about the author. So yeah, over 300. Strong impulse up on the subscriber count. I know. I mean, the thing, of course, with YouTube and the algorithm, I suppose, is the more subscribers you have. Like, look, about a year ago, I started with 0. And then you get your first sub, and then your second, and then you have 50 subs, and you maybe get like 2 in a day, right? But the more subscribers you have, the more viewers you have. As the more people sub, they watch your content. So YouTube will provide your video to a bit more people, and then each time you get maybe one more sub, and then so it's like the hockey stick effect. It's exponential growth, like. The more subs, the more viewers, the more subs again, the more viewers. And it's just like, as long as your content, of course, is of quality people expect, right? Because else you just get unsubbed. But so far, in about a year's time, a little bit more, it's been incredible. Yeah, it's crazy. We're dumping because we like discounted prices. So do you think a bit of a pump then down again? I mean, looking for the box here and then the daily if we lose it. It's good that we are ranging. That is positive because it takes away the speed of the move to the downside, increases probabilities for the bulls. Not necessarily directly, but instead of taking 56, you look for 65. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would be nice to hit some support here. A little bit lower, fill that wick. Especially over the last few months, I see. The believe, oh boy. Bear market when? More discounted prices. Yay, down we go. One second. Should we look for swing trades? I mean, there is the potential for 56K to be the low. From a psychology point of view, and we do have Elliott Wave scenarios to back this up, I would love to take that low at a given moment, but I would actually prefer to make a lower high first at about 70K and then move down, so that you fake out the bulls again for a third time, then move down to take 56K, make people scared and bear, and then move back up. But there is the potential for a swing trade, yes. Easy stop loss placement because that's simply the low. But then once you move towards the 69, 70K area, that is the place where you might turn around. So with regards to trade management, that would be a very important level to observe what price does. Green also has another nest. Oh, yeah, so he probably also has a potential double or triple one too, yeah. Yeah, Johan. Yeah, I know which one you mean. Yeah, there is the potential there for a triple, which of course is the most bullish option. And wave 3 is relatively short, so it opens the door for that to happen. I've watched many people videos of Bitcoin last, and you're the best. I got you on Instagram to get updates, MT. I'm very inactive on Instagram, not gonna lie. I usually only use my Instagram, right? My koenztrading Instagram when I travel. So when I travel, not on holiday, but when I travel for speaking opportunities, and I was in or other events, but I was in Saudi Arabia in December last year, and in London and some other places. I tend to post things in the stories, not really as a post, but generally the stories. I will eventually become more active on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, but I like to focus on YouTube first, and yeah. But by all means, Eric, thanks for your comment, man. Very kind of you. I'm happy you like the content and like the analysis as well. Trying my best. So far, so good. ND, what is your opinion on different people having different type of support level? It's perfectly fine, yeah. Because everyone uses their own tools and their own way of analysis. No one is exactly the same. So it's natural for people to have different areas of support and resistance depending on their type of analysis. And it can all work. And that's the beautiful thing. There's no one strategy that is the strategy to use. Right? So you can use any tool, any combination of tools, and be very successful. As long as you build a plan around it. So yeah. Okay, everyone. That being said, I think we're online for a while now. 2.5 hours. It is time for me to continue with some other stuff that I have on the plan. It's already been longer than I actually expected. But it would be so bullish to finally realize primary cycle wave 3 of the initial. Yeah, that would be something. That would be something. But yeah, everyone, thanks for being here. Craig, cheers. Appreciate you hanging out on the live stream. Hopefully you find it useful with price moving down and talking about what we're looking for. And also what we're going to be looking for moving forward into the weekend as well. So it should be quite interesting. It's been a good day. So that being said, thanks for being here. Tomorrow, another live stream on Saturday, I believe. Yes. And probably an update tonight, even though this live stream has been quite lengthy, but I'll probably summarize things in a short update, only covering the 1 hour time frame, I guess, like local price action. Yeah, I think so. So, and then tomorrow morning, of course, another update. So, Johan, Obil, Abed, Thiago, Konstantin, GBZ, Bettina, always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Thanks for hanging out. Mark, thanks for being here. Maybe a Band-Aid. Cheers. Thanks for being here as well. Hopefully you get well soon. And I'll see you at the next one, everyone. So enjoy. Trade safe.